We have to stop the prejudice.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States,
We have to stop the hating.
Mrs. Reagan,
We
and
have to
Mr.
stop
Michael Jackson.
living in fear of our own neighbors. I would like all of you now to take the hand of the person to the left and to the right of you.
See one of the most
Go ahead, right now. I mean it. Don't be shy. Do it. It starts now.
Michael
To
Jackson.
the person next to you, to the left and the right. I mean it right now. Go ahead. Don't be shy. Do it. Do it. Now tell the person next to you that you care for them. Tell them that you love them. This is what makes the difference. Together, we can make a change in the world. Together, we can help to stop racism. Together, we can help to stop prejudice. We can help the world live without fear. It is our only hope. And without hope, we are lost.
Always a war. We hear of nations hurting each other, of neighbors hurting each other, of families hurting each other, and of children.
We have to stop the prejudice. We have to stop the hating. We have to stop living in fear of our own neighbors. I would like all of you now to take the hand of the person to the left and to the right of you. Go ahead, right now. I mean it. Don't be shy. Do it. It starts now. To the person next to you, to the left and the right. I mean it right now. Go ahead. Don't be shy. Do it. Do it. Now tell the person next to you that you care for them. Tell them that you love them. This is what makes the difference. Together, we can make a change in the world. Together, we can help to stop racism. Together, we can help to stop prejudice. We can help the world live without fear. It is our only hope. And without hope, we are lost.
We live in a state of fear. Every day we hear of war on the news, on the radio, and television.
We have to stop the prejudice. We have to stop the hating. We have to stop living in fear of our own neighbors. I would like all of you now to take the hand of the person to the left and to the right of you. Go ahead, right now. I mean it. Don't be shy. Do it. It starts now. To the person next to you, to the left and the right. I mean it right now. Go ahead. Don't be shy. Do it. Do it. Now tell the person next to you that you care for them. Tell them that you love them. This is what makes the difference. Together, we can make a change in the world. Together, we can help to stop racism. Together, we can help to stop prejudice. We can help the world live without fear. It is our only hope. And without hope, we are lost.
And television. And the newspapers, always a war. We hear of nations hurting each other, of neighbors hurting each other.
We have to stop the prejudice. We have to stop the hating. We have to stop living in fear of our own neighbors. I would like all of you now to take the hand of the person to the left and to the right of you. Go ahead, right now. I mean it. Don't be shy. Do it. It starts now. To the person next to you, to the left and the right. I mean it right now. Go ahead. Don't be shy. Do it. Do it. Now tell the person next to you that you care for them. Tell them that you love them. This is what makes the difference. Together, we can make a change in the world. Together, we can help to stop racism. Together, we can help to stop prejudice. We can help the world live without fear. It is our only hope. And without hope, we are lost. We have to stop the prejudice. We have to stop the hating. We have to stop living in fear of our own neighbors. I would like all of you now to take the hand of the person to the left and to the right of you. Go ahead, right now. I mean it. Don't be shy. Do it. 'Cause it starts now. To the person next to you, to the left and the right. I mean it right now. Go ahead. Don't be shy. Do it. Do it. Now tell the person next to you that you care for them. Tell them that you love them. This is what makes the difference. Together, we can make a change in the world. Together, we can help to stop racism. Together, we can help to stop prejudice. We can help the world live without fear. It is our only hope. And without hope, we are lost. We have to stop the prejudice. We have to stop the hating. We have to stop living in fear of our own neighbors. I would like all of you now to take the hand of the person to the left and to the right of you. Go ahead, right now. I mean it. Don't be shy. Do it. 'Cause it starts now. To the person next to you, to the left and the right. I mean it right now. Go ahead. Don't be shy. Do it. Do it. Now tell the person.
Like a fever. If we don't fix it now, it's at the point of no return. This is our last chance to fix this problem that we have. Or it's like a runaway train, and the time has come. This is it.
I love you. That'll be the ending of this, after the words.
People are always saying, oh, they think they'll take care of it. The government will, they who? It starts with us. It's us, or it'll never be done.
By the internet. It's cool. It's cool to get on the computer, but don't let the computer get on you. Cool to use the computer. Don't let the computer use you. You all saw the Matrix. War going on. The battlefield's in the mind. And the prize is the soul. So, just be careful.
And last night, Kamala made a speech with a lot of
finance records showed the Harris campaign paid Oprah's Harpo production company $1 million. Oprah took to Instagram last fall to deny making any money from the Harris campaign, instead saying, "I was not paid a dime," and her company was paid only to cover the incurred costs of events. Trump's comments come amid a heated
turn of events. Elon Musk has uncovered a jaw-dropping conspiracy involving music's biggest names. The billionaire entrepreneur claims Jay-Z splurged $20 million on radio airplay to dominate the airwaves. But that's not all. Musk alleges another $40 million was funneled into country music radio stations. The revelations become even more staggering, with $110 million purportedly spent on downloads. All this to secure a Grammy win for Beyoncé in the Best Country Album category. Is this the biggest scandal in music history? Drop your...
I think this is a big crowd. Go outside and take a look. Go outside.
Even when she brought out her A-list supporters.
She'd bring in Beyonce. They were drawing crowds smaller than my crowds.
This man, who was, as you see there, videotaped hanging out and leering at women with Donald Trump. A man who, according to Trump,
turned on him. Diddy is one of those people, obviously.
Civic engagement. Both are champions of voter mobilization, making their collaboration a natural.
You blinging, you know, you living in the Hamptons. We don't want to hear that, and this and that.
Or sponsorship of Mr. Combs' sex trafficking parties garnered legitimacy and
suit against those two Georgia election workers to the tune of north of $100 million. They did
actions in the industry. Ye is saying put on a pedestal and get recognition.
Say random white people. I didn't say random white people in the street. I said white people in Hollywood.
Pretty peaceful and friendly. It now seems to be getting a little more fired up and amped up. As you know, he just settled a defamation suit against those two Georgia election workers to the Lara Trump, the daughter-in-law, of course, and some of the Trump children as they're entering the rotunda there. So, Bronx cheer here.
I have to wonder if this is setting the tone.
But look, these are the loyal supporters.
To reports that Beyonce was paid $11 million, and questioning how much did Kamala Harris pay Bruce Springsteen. Going on to say, isn't that a major and illegal campaign contribution? Those weren't the only celebrities targeted in his Truth Social message. Trump also asking how much went to Oprah and Bono. Last fall, controversy arose after campaign finance records showed the Harris campaign paid Oprah's Harpo production company $1 million. Oprah took to Instagram last fall to deny making any money from the Harris campaign, instead saying, "I was not paid a dime," and her company was paid only to cover the incurred costs of events.
And you criticized Bill Clinton's behavior. I'm wondering, do you feel that she's going to...
I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach. And
that we have been asking. But right now, we're going to focus more specifically to get cash back. And you can use Upside at all different kinds of places, restaurants, convenience stores.
Of a certain kind of New York City social scene for decades. Anyone that's found him to be an entertaining character and a figure and a friend turned on him. And he says he's a good guy, right? And he tells Aubrey, and he says he's a good guy, right? And asks, you'll see partisans on Trump's side that will post photos of Barack Obama with Diddy. And many of artists, Mace, who was a rapper in the 1990s, was at the top of his game when he really was a cultural touchstone in New York. And
article about the 11th annual Rock the Vote Awards ceremony in Hollywood, and Combs is...
You can't put a Maltese poodle in a Louis Vuitton bag.
What is this society?
We're into the distance of George Bush versus Bill Clinton.
That's why I'm trying to do something.
Clinton gets as close as possible without actually entering the crowd. This lets the person know that Bush was looking all over the place.
Obviously, it has a lot to do with
that he sometimes has trouble maintaining eye contact with a single person while he's speaking. And guess
prices have gone down while the wealthy have gotten tax cuts.
See as he speaks. So watch that and then see how you can feel the intensity exactly when he feels what she feels. And clearly, Clinton is able to communicate that to her. So watch now, stay speaking to someone far, far longer than we'd like to. Pay attention to the body language in this next clip. The shift in weight indicates that he is about to leave. That way, when he breaks eye contact, it's not abrupt. And you can use this when leaving a conversation.
His corner, as things gets worse, they're going to actually shift away from his corner so as to rank Beyonce's numbers up so that she could win the Grammy. So many people have this discussion ongoing. Now, has anyone gotten an award or few in the past? Even easily, is it that it has happened to other people, wherein that these things have been long orchestrated in the industry, put on a pedestal and get recognition and put in places that they weren't willing to be Hollywood's mattress, so they get snubbed, and as saying, if you don't have a Grammy, you don't matter, because we always have me as a solo artist for a solo performance, because
And we don't have Beyonce, who couldn't fill the... Let me be nice. We're here for policy reasons. Oh, policy.
10,000 people packed the Mohegan Sun Arena, even when she brought out her A-list supporters.
Should bring in Beyonce. They were drawing crowds smaller than my crowds.
Lead our country. And that is why I'm with her.
I would like to introduce to you the next president of the United States.
And Barack Obama ran so all the children could fly. Barriers to break. And with your help, a glass ceiling.
Beyonce and how much went to Oprah and Bono. I'm going to call for the election.
It's important to note reimbursements are often associated with productions of that.
Lindsley are kind of confusing. They're for massive sums of money, but they are also for
Facebook, Meta. They paid for Trump's parties. These are all, everyone gets paid, okay, because they don't need to come out of pocket to endorse a candidate.
About it, I think it's reflective of a campaign strategy that was not 40s. Trump went on all these podcasts where a lot of young men...
Whole dialogue about the timing that she had to organize a major campaign, the fact that she had to use a lot of something. I think with today, especially younger generation, nobody cares. So we learned that lesson.
That does it for us today on Rising. Thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe.
This after Bay reported featuring Freedom. did not get Beyonce's approval. Meanwhile, this will recall the songstress didn't hold back about Trump in her 2020 documentary.
The background as Trump raises his fists in the air, despite concerns raised in the comments about quick approval from Beyonce's team to use Freedom from her 2016 album Lemonade as part where the Democratic candidate is set to take the stage. The singer follows several other artists who have performed.
They got Beyonce. So Beyonce went up, spoke for a couple of minutes, and then left, and the place went crazy. They booed the hell out of everybody. They thought she was going to perform. Now, I would have no interest in that. And what happened is my opponent got up and started singing. They booed the hell out of him.
Like his billionaire ex-buddy, the president's keen to get rid of it.
Honestly, I've been so busy working on China, working on Russia, working on Iran, working on so many things. I'm not thinking about Elon. I just wish him well.
Playing down, the president says Musk wants to talk to him, but
I'm not really interested in that.
After his extraordinary social media attack, Steen's lawyer, I can say authoritatively, unequivocally, and definitely that he had no information to hurt President Trump. I specifically asked him. Musk now threatening to start his own political party, one that actually represents the 80% in the middle. The president's response, that would be tough to do. Is front page news here in the United States, but no one's really all that surprised. Americans say they saw
his corner. As things gets worse, they're going to actually shift away from his corner, well, so as to rank Beyonce's numbers up so that she could win the Grammy. So many people have this discussion ongoing. No, has anyone gotten an award or few in the past, even so easily? Is it that it has happened to other people, wherein these things have been long orchestrated in the industry, put on a pedestal and get recognition and put in places that they weren't willing to be Hollywood's mattress, so they get snubbed, and as saying, if you don't have a Grammy, you don't matter, because we always have me as a solo artist for a solo performance, because.
And we don't have Beyonce, who couldn't fill the. Let me be nice. We're here for policy reasons. Oh, policy.
The elite, and we could give those names of Barack Obama, Joe Biden. We know about Michelle Obama, that's a man. We know about Too Short. We know about Akon and Steven Tyler, and we can give those names all day, and everybody is so worried about that. But what you should be worried about is the people that are in between, the people that go as low as your grave diggers. I was trafficked to people within my schools. I was trafficked in underground tunnels that link under your schools, through your cemeteries, under your amusement parks, through Universal Studios and Inwood elite homes, all over the place, all over the world. And people don't understand that, and they can't fathom that, and they can't put that together. But if you think about the things that have come out lately, and there's 200 children missing, and there's 300 children missing. What Amber Alert did you receive?
In spectacular fashion tonight, as a bitter war of words develops between
of this bill, better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people.
He campaigned alongside Donald Trump. Today, he's claiming that without him, and Trump on Truth Social upped the ante with, Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave, aggressively cut government spending. A pointless exercise, he thinks, if President Trump
is here. Simon, Elon Musk, known as the world's richest man, is he still?
He still is. Losses just today. I reckon since the high point, the romance.
Thank you very much. Let's go back to Sarah Smith in Washington. And Sarah, this is all
controlled by Donald Trump. Will that money now turn up? That seems quite unlikely, saying he's even suggested that he might start his own political party, which he could afford.
1.6 trillion in cuts. Elon's upset because we took the EV desk, and even with the black eye, I said, do you want a little makeup? We'll get you.
They have been defending for months in front of the cameras. Look at this. You can still see the imprint. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. Tesla's stock price took a massive hit after the efforts were upended when Elon Musk wrote this. This was really kind of the end of that. Did not see it going down like this and as fast as it happened today. I mean,
They didn't expect it to go quite in this direction, and at this point,
you least your actual consequences for President Trump's agenda. I was really fast out.
It was actually surprising how long he took to respond to Elon Musk. But on the Epstein files,
the MAGAverse imagine what this list is to be, right? And this, they
fantastically well.
Yes.
You know, just tremendous. You really, it takes.
And a few people were saying I was this violent character.
More importantly than anything else is by using my own brain. You know, I've done things, and that means you can't have done very much.
Yeah.
Which is why I have no intention of running for president. Well, he's done a fantastic job, at least as far as my stuff is concerned.
I think I'm an enormously successful businessman too. Maybe.
This man, who was, as you see there, videotaped. Theory about the perfidy of liberal politicians like Hillary Clinton and global elites pick up the files in great big binders before anyone else got it. Those influencers were
someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in
venting about how he can't please the tinfoil hat crowd.
I say the vape cloud there is just.
We don't have co-conspirators. That deal was struck by Alex Acosta, the Maxwell, by the way, who Donald Trump has repeatedly wished well, is current
files.
Yeah, I would. All right. I guess I would. I think that
they built the Epstein scandal up as a pro-Trump mythology when Donald
takes aim at Bruce, who played at multiple rallies for Kamala, writing, "How much did president's rally in Houston, Texas this past October?" Adding, "What about speculation about the former VP's celebrity involvement, which came to a head when Oprah slammed the allegations back in November." Writing in part to Instagram, Beyonce did.
They know that you care about them, and it's also you get to hear.
They start, let's say,
like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
For the music. I've heard that song after party. With the other kids, though, like, do you?
Oh yeah.
Ever?
Yes, I do drive myself sometimes.
You do?
Yes.
Do you do house? I would imagine your closet is color coordinated. Everything is hung in a certain. It's made from
grapes.
Grapes, not potatoes.
Yeah. What would you rather drink, grapes or potatoes? Right?
Coconut.
And,
They're very vocal. I really enjoy it.
One of the things
Barack Obama, former U.S. president. While President Obama might not have made it to Diddy's famous parties, the two have crossed paths multiple times. Diddy was one of Obama's earliest and most vocal supporters during his 2008 presidential campaign, showing up at political and cultural events where the two exchanged ideas. Michelle Obama, former U.S. First Lady. Michelle Obama and Diddy have shared space at various cultural and political events. He was a big supporter of the Obamas, and while she hasn't been spotted at Diddy's personal parties, their paths often crossed where entertainment met politics. Al Sharpton, civil rights activist. Diddy and Al Sharpton have a long history of collaborating on social justice causes. They've worked together on numerous events aimed at mobilizing voters and addressing civil rights issues, particularly in the African American community. Jesse Jackson, civil rights leader. Another prominent figure who's shared stages with Diddy is Jesse Jackson. The two have often appeared at events advocating for African American rights, voter registration, and social justice. Andrew Cuomo, former governor of New York. Diddy's focus on improving communities in New York brought him into contact with Andrew Cuomo, the state's former governor. They've been spotted at events addressing local politics and charitable efforts. Cory Booker, U.S. Senator. Diddy's passion for youth empowerment and education aligns with Senator Cory Booker's initiatives. The two have interacted at several social and political gatherings, each supporting efforts to uplift young people. Bill Clinton, former U.S. president. While Bill Clinton may not have been at Diddy's parties, they've definitely connected at high-profile charity events, especially those focused on causes like HIV/AIDS research and urban youth programs. Hillary Clinton, former U.S. Secretary of State. Diddy was an outspoken advocate for voter participation during Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign. He endorsed her publicly and appeared at campaign events to encourage voter turnout. Stacey Abrams, political leader. Stacey Abrams and Diddy have shared platforms on voter registration and civic engagement. Both are champions of voter mobilization, making their collaboration a natural natural fit, especially during election seasons. Kamala Harris, U.S. Vice President. Vice President Harris and Diddy have connected on numerous occasions, particularly at events centered around political activism and voter mobilization. His calls for voter engagement during her vice presidential campaign added to their shared mission. Charlie Rangel, former U.S. Congressman. Charlie Rangel, the longtime congressman from New York, and Diddy have worked together on community-focused initiatives in Harlem, sharing stages at events aimed at improving local politics and advocacy. Maxine Waters, U.S. Congresswoman. Congresswoman Maxine Waters has attended events where Diddy played a key role. Both are passionate about issues like economic empowerment and advocating for minority communities. Rahm Emanuel, former mayor of Chicago. Diddy has crossed paths with Rahm Emanuel, the former mayor of Chicago, at events focusing on urban development, education, and outreach programs aimed at youth. Michael Bloomberg, former mayor of New York City. Diddy and Michael Bloomberg have shared the stage at events tied to business, urban development, and philanthropy in New York City. And there you have it, some of the most notable political figures who have crossed paths with P. Diddy, from the Obamas to the Clintons, and even modern activists like AOC and Stacey Abrams. Diddy's influence extends far beyond music.
The dream is now a reality. Check out this exclusive footage.
The voting process can work if minorities and young people get involved.
The decision-making process so that their interests are looked after.
Now for some...
And part of it is also that it's a way of asserting your power. You don't want to give away your power.
You blinging. You living in the Hamptons. We don't want to hear that.
We got a lot of ex-offenders in Chicago, on the south side of Chicago. Brothers who are coming out of prison.
No, I've been hearing a lot of bull today. I have been disenfranchised all...
Puff Daddy for doing the kinds of work that he's doing, because he doesn't...
Make them understand the power they vote. What it means right now for it to be neck and neck and the power they have in their...
About 15 minutes. And if you can't spend 15 minutes on deciding what your community...
is putting money into the auto industry. You're sitting here and you are laughing about some of these problems. Are people going to look at this and say,
How you get in mine? As long as you let me hit it.
Brings us up to this week and Barack Obama.
Look, when I was a kid,
Daddy.
Baby?
Oh.
Contestant Aubrey O'Day touted her time working with Diddy in the 2000s girl group Dan.
I love Diddy. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy. Is he a good guy?
I don't mind, and he works very hard. Trump has yet to speak out on Diddy's latest legal trouble. Today is a win for women all over the world, not just me. Things are finally changing.
He's like so obsessed with Aubrey.
I just want you to look good.
If you're not happy, you hate me, then why?
At his arraignment in New York City and was denied bail. His attorney previously shut down.
And when Puff has a party, the whole town shows up.
Mr. Daddy called me to ask me to come and check out the restaurant. It looks nice. I want to get some food.
What's Mariah like in the studio?
The truth is, I mean, she produced the record with us, with Q-Tip and myself and Stevie. It's her idea. So it's like she knows what she wants, so it's not that hard giving her direction.
But I was like, oh, this person just tried to kind of like have a moment with me without being too specific, and in a studio in the dark. And thank God I was like, ha 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 ha, and like laughed my way out of it.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
It has like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to. Okay?
Mariah Carey once wore a wedding dress to one of Diddy's massive parties, if you can believe it. We'll get into photos from that night and break down other wild Diddy parties ahead and Mariah Carey Diddy party photos that were leaked to the public. It might be surprising to learn that Mariah Carey and Sean Diddy Combs seem to go way back all the way to the 90s. They were spotted and pictured together so much people thought they were dating. There were even whispers that the pair had gotten married. That was a lie, of course, and it turned out the two never actually dated either. They were just really good friends. The reason people were so sure there was something between the music artists was because Carrie had publicly supported Diddy over her husband at the time. But that was because her husband was making some out-of-pocket, racially charged remarks about the king to defend Diddy, or if she would have just brought this same fierceness if her husband had said his piece about any other famous artists of color. There is no denying that the two were friendly though. Diddy, known as Puffy at the time, was a collaborator on Carrie's 1997 album Butterfly. When Carrie ultimately did separate from her husband, people and gossip sites were quick to insinuate that she left him for Diddy, or that her and Diddy were in a secret relationship, but that has not been proven true at all. Many years down the line, in the modern day, the pair do not appear to be as close as they once were, which is probably a good thing. Now that that's been firmly established that Combs and Carrie never even saw was present too. Carrie was pictured dancing with Jay-Z and chatting with Paris Hilton. Of course, there were plenty of other famous faces spotted throughout the night. Roger Freed of the evening. Where better to host a celebrity-filled group of that size than a Manhattan ballroom? It also explains why all the guests initially showed up dressed to the nines and later changed so they could tear up the dance floor. Some other moments from the evening referenced in the article include screens around the room that apparently played videos from throughout Diddy's life, a bunch of violin, and nothing like the disturbing freak-offs that Diddy was also known for hosting. For anyone who is not aware of what I am referring to when I say that, Diddy is currently being accused of acting inappropriately towards multiple people and orchestrating what were deemed freak-offs. Per an article from BBC, prosecutors described the events as elaborate and produced inappropriate action performances. Highly organized, required that hotel suites were booked, substances were acquired, and even the parties involved in these events all wanted to be there. To bring things back to that November 2004 birthday party, while it doesn't appear to have dissolved into a Diddy freak-off, surprises from later in the evening seem way worse now than they did at the time. According to the account from Roger Friedman's article, the room was lined with raised levels with curtains at the back, so if guests didn't want to be on the dance floor, they could just watch it from above. Not that weird. The weird part came later. As the night went on, the curtains were drawn back to reveal beds, booths, and water-filled porcelain bathtubs. The article also states that screens started displaying performers like acrobats, but also go-go dancers and those in other similar lines. Allegedly shows Diddy wearing the same outfit he had been in the VMA's party pics, which is how the two events were tied together. However, there have also been parties the disgraced rapper has hosted that simply contained unsavory elements, but didn't necessarily turn into a night of debauchery. Photos from another event from 2004 have recently resurfaced online, and they have sparked their own kind of controversy. Apparently, the Japanese practice of consuming food off an unclothed woman's body was being incorporated into this evening. This party was attended by everyone from Leonardo DiCaprio to Kim Kardashian to Mariah Carey. There was a strict dress code in which everyone had to wear white. The first party was hosted on a Labor Day, so the dress code made sense, but later party dates didn't always share this holiday. Diddy actually explained in a 2000 Image and Fame, which aligns with the white party theme. A professor from the University of Virginia explained the rise of Diddy, saying that many rappers, like Diddy, hold symbolic value for the public. It's something he called the Diddy phenomenon.
Anybody, Hillary Clinton to vote, we can't guarantee Donald Trump to vote.
There are many people and many entities involved, and we're going to follow this evidence. We will expose the enablers who enabled this conduct behind closed doors.
A shocking revelation from a high-profile event is making waves across social media. Just when we thought we had seen it all, new footage of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton at an exclusive party to take a step back and look at who Diddy and Hillary Clinton are, not just as individuals, but as cultural and political icons. Diddy, the music mogul, entrepreneur, and cultural icon, has spent decades shaping the landscape of the entertainment industry. From founding Bad Boy Records to launching fashion lines and even becoming a major player in the beverage industry, Diddy is much more than a rapper. He's a symbol of success and power in pop culture. Hillary Clinton, on the other hand, is one of the most well-known political figures of our time. As a former First Lady, Senator, Secretary of State, and the Democratic Party's presidential nominee in 2016, she represents a lifetime of public service and has been at the center of some of the biggest political moments in modern US history. Questions and debates. Could there be more to their relationship than meets the eye? The footage in question comes from an exclusive party attended by some of the world's biggest names in entertainment, politics, and business. The guest list was packed with A-listers, and the venue was nothing short of luxurious. But among the glitter and glamour, the interaction between Diddy and Hillary Clinton stood out. This wasn't your typical celebrity baton, not just mingling, but engaging in what appeared to be an intense conversation. So, let's break down the footage. As you can see, Diddy and Hillary Clinton are seen exchanging smiles and handshakes, but what happened? Diddy appears to gesture animatedly, while Clinton nods, listening intently. Could this be a casual conversation, or is there something more at play here? Speculation is rampant. Some believe they were discussing business, perhaps a collaboration on a philanthropic project or even a political endorsement. Others think it could have been a more personal conversation, reflecting a long-standing friendship that has remained out of the public eye. Now, let's look at the possible implications of this new footage. First, let's consider the political angle. Hillary Clinton, though no longer in office, remains an influential figure in Democratic politics. Could she be seeking the support of high-profile cultural icons, like Diddy, for a future political endeavor? Or perhaps Diddy, who has previously been outspoken about politics, is discussing issues like social justice or voter engagement with Clinton. It wouldn't be the first time Diddy has been involved in political advocacy. He was a prominent figure in the Vote or Die campaign and has been vocal about the importance of engaging the African American community in the political process. Could this conversation hint at a new initiative to bring together entertainment and politics in a powerful way? On the business front, it's worth noting that both Diddy and Hillary have strong connections in philanthropy. Diddy has been involved in educational initiatives and social justice campaigns, while Hillary has a long history of championing causes related to children's rights, healthcare, and global diplomacy. A partnership between these two could result in a high-profile initiative that merges their influence in entertainment and politics to drive real change. So, what happens next? Will we see a formal collaboration between Diddy and Hillary Clinton? Could this footage be the start of a new initiative aimed at addressing major societal issues that fuels speculation, but ultimately goes nowhere? At the end of the day, what this footage reveals may depend on who you ask. Some see it as a game-changing moment, while others...
How does a brother survive jail without being Epsteined?
I'm sure the Clintons were there at some point.
Maybe Bill.
Bill is, and she's just so miserable.
Well, she's publicly humiliated and...
Way of thinking, it's real dangerous. This man, presidential election, we're in a war of love versus hate. The number one priority is to get Trump out of office. The tribe of people that have the responsibility and really should be scared to death of this man is white people.
Explain.
If this man is elected, we're not standing by no more getting killed. It's called our Black Party.
Okay.
It's time for us to have our own political party, unapologetically. Because right now, our Black Party, with some young, fearless Black activists, a Democratic Party, let's not wait for government. Let's own our politics. Black politics. We need to own that. We need to have a foot on the neck up to my level, up to Jay-Z's level, Fucking freak show playing the game, and people are losing their lives. And so that's why this time is so important. And this time for us to mobilize and to not be scared and to do something. Why have we never had our own black political party? Fuck that. We're doing it now. I don't care if it's them. You can sign up for our black party. It's not easy. It's not easy for me, for Jay, for Oprah. They still treat us like niggas. Solution for the vote, for voting, and for politics. You're gonna have to fight a war for us to, God, that is a nonviolent action, is we could mobilize and organize politically.
Terrible. Why are African Americans still dying at the hands of law enforcement in this country?
And so are white people. So are white people. What a terrible question to ask. So are white people. More white people, by the way. More white people.
If they did attempt to kill me or killed me like they killed Michael Jackson or JFK, or Aaron, what is the guy's name? Aaron Carter, the guy who wanted to talk to me about the Harley Pasternak situation. If they did do that, they would say, oh, it's Ye's mental health. So
I own half of Sony's publishing, and I'm leaving them, and they're very angry at me. And Tommy Mottola is a devil.
So it looks like Kanye West's claims that Michael Jackson was eliminated by industry higher-ups are back in the spotlight, and it's all thanks to this new lawsuit that was filed against Diddy. Now, if you're wondering what Diddy has to do with Michael Jackson's death, well, prepare to have your mind blown because the details are absolutely insane. So you remember how Kanye revealed his former personal trainer, Harley Pasternak, tried to institutionalize him, and then everyone claimed Kanye was crazy? Well, what's actually crazy is that Harley was revealed to have previously worked as an intelligence agent for the Canadian military, and it now turns out Michael Jackson might have had his own Harley Pasternak. It's this guy, Fahim Muhammad, who also happens to be Diddy's chief of security. Fahim was mentioned several times in the latest lawsuit against Diddy filed by producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones, and according to Lil Rod, Fahim acted as the connection between Diddy and law enforcement, ensuring that Diddy could run what Lil Rod called criminal enterprise without any interference from the authorities. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's much more to unpack here. From Fahim's alleged ties to government intelligence agencies, Michael Jackson's war against Sony Music, Diddy's connection to Sony Music higher-ups, and much, much more. So let's get into the details.
I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears you. I mean, look.
They would have Michael Jackson.
Or worse, yeah.
Okay, so let's first talk about all the suspicious details about MJ's death and his highly publicized feud with Sony Music. On June, sister LaToya publicly claimed that his music catalog made him a target, and she said Michael knew someone was after him.
And he knew that everything that was happening to him was not kosher, it wasn't right, and it disturbed him greatly. And he kept saying it over and over and over again. Yes, Dr. Murray was the fall guy, but it's more to it than just that. He named names. He told me people. He told me to be careful of this one and that one.
During the trial, Michael's son Prince testified that his dad was pushed to the limit, and he heard him say multiple times that they were trying to kill him.
Prince said his father would cry after phone calls, saying, quote, "They're going to kill me." They're going
allegedly written by Michael in the weeks leading up to his death. These notes included phrases like, "They are trying to murder me," and "The system wants to kill me for my catalog." In one note, MJ also talked about feeling pressured by AEG and having a bad feeling about his tour. And then a few years down the line, MJ's daughter Paris seemingly started pointing the finger at Sony and John Branca, the co-executor of the Michael Jackson estate. Paris liked a series of tweets slamming Sony and Branca, including one that said, "We've been telling you the truth for 7 effing years. Shame on any of you who sided with Michael Jackson's murderers." Now it's worth pointing out that Michael absolutely despised Sony and openly challenged them by first acquiring half of their catalog before leaving and becoming a free agent. He once even held up a sign on stage saying "Sony kills" and called then CEO of Sony, Tommy Mottola, the devil.
I've generated several $1 billion for Sony, several billion, and They really thought that my mind is always on music and dancing, and it usually is, but they never thought that this performer, myself, would outthink them. I own half of Sony's publishing, and I'm leaving them, and they're very angry at me because of it, but I just did good business, you know. And Tommy Mottola is a devil.
In with Diddy and the new lawsuit against him. In the lawsuit, Rodney Lil Rod Jones alleges that Diddy's head of security, Fahim Muhammad, has close connections with law enforcement and was instrumental in helping Diddy cover up his alleged crimes. The lawsuit says Mr. Combs made it clear that his head of security, Fahim Muhammad, had the power to make people and problems disappear. Mr. Combs instructs his staff to always contact Mr. Muhammad if they are ever pulled over by the police in Miami or California. The lawsuit also claims that Diddy's powerful industry friends employed and empowered Fahim to pay off law enforcement. Now here's where it gets even crazier. So it turns out that Fahim Muhammad was also the head of security for Michael Jackson, and he was right there that fateful night when MJ passed away. And get this, when Fahim testified during Dr. Murray's trial, he revealed that he was hired as MJ's chief of security just 10 months before MJ died.
At that point in time, how long had you worked security for Mr. Jackson?
Approximately 10 months.
Another wild part. Fahim had just graduated college with a business degree when he was hired as the head of MJ's security, and he was either 20 or 21. So we're supposed to believe that the king of pop decided to make a 20-year-old with no experience his chief of security? Well, not exactly. According to social media user Ian Carroll, who recently went viral after investigating the connection between Diddy and Michael Jackson, someone else might have done the hiring on behalf of MJ.
For most of Jackson's career, his head of security was Bill Bray, who was his mentor and basically his father. And the two were extremely close. Bill ran his security until he was 70 when he retired, and Jackson continued to pay his medical bills until he died at age 80. But then once Bill retired, Jackson was then protected by other security people that came and went, and he wound up with this guy who has direct connections to Diddy's blackmail operations, who was directly complicit in covering up crimes for Diddy and covering up murders, covering up drug use, prostitution, human trafficking. This is the guy that was protecting Michael Jackson the day that he died. The day that he was overdosed on drugs after he was probably already asleep, and the only witnesses, there were no witnesses to the crime. I'm honestly kind of surprised that this guy never got checked into as a suspect.
Ian also pointed out that Fahim might have some ties to intelligence agencies, and fans are now saying he could be another one of those celebrity handlers. You know, kind of like what Kanye said about Harley Pasternak.
I was looking up Fahim, and where did I find another article about him? On Penn State, the Wharton School. He didn't attend it as a student, he was invited as a speaker for this Wharton real estate entrepreneurship event. Which makes perfect sense. He has a real estate investment company or whatever, but if you've been following along, you would know that the Wharton School comes up an awful lot when we're talking about intelligence agencies and people associated with the CIA and the FBI, etc. Just thought it was interesting that they invited him to be a honored speaker at their event. And now, here's the best part. Check this out. This is in all of his bios, by the way, but we're pointing it out now. In 2008, Fahim graduated from Sacramento State University with a Bachelor's of Science degree in Business Administration with a concentration in real estate and marketing. Okay? Do you realize what's wrong with that yet? Anything coming to mind? When did Michael Jackson die? June 25th, 2009. Jackson died from cardiac arrest caused by a propofol and benzodiazepine overdose, caused by his doctor apparently. Hold up. Hold the phone. Pause. Why is a dude who just graduated college last year with a business and real estate degree the head of security for the king of pop, for Michael Jackson, the most famous musician of all time? What's going on?
So given that Kanye also supposedly almost got Michael Jackson Ed, fans are now saying there's simply no way all this is just one massive coincidence. Someone commented on Ian Carroll's video, one other coincidence is that Tommy Mottola sold his home on Star Island, Miami Beach, to P. Diddy. And another user wrote, he is right, everything the industry has done to Michael Jackson was the same blueprint they used for Kanye West. What a sad and corrupt world we live in. But what's your take on all this?
I told him I was indifferent, and he didn't like that word. And he cried. And then the final part of the conversation was him telling me that he felt that someone was going to try and kill him to get a hold of his catalog and his estate.